Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden, and we are diving into ethical business practices. It's an oxymoron, I know. All right, I'm not talking well today, and that's okay too. So I've been gone for a while because I've been working. I've been working on advertising, business, power economics. I've been studying. I wrote a book. That's with the editor now, and I've been putting together all of my classes, and I've been recording. I've recorded over 100 classes in the last month. So it's been a massively busy like spotlight, and it required that I take a massive step back from my podcast and my YouTube channel while I organize all of my shit. So very soon I'm going to be back to podcasting on a regular basis once all the work is died down, and then I can like wave at you all and go, hey, I got it built. It's good. So I'm now looking at ads. I'm actually looking at a lot. So here's the issue. It took me a long time to figure this out. When I was building all of my businesses, it felt gross. It felt icky. It felt disgusting. And I'm going, why the fuck does business feel gross? It's because I'm ethical and they're not. It's because words are vessels filled with energy. And when you create a word, it's birthed out of energy. There's a Greek myth in here somewhere. I just know it. So you have a feeling, and then you create a word, and the word is the vessel for the energy. And then you take the energy and you cram it into the word and you sail it off into the world. And when you sail this word off into the world, it contains that energy, which is why there's bad words and ugly words that make you cringe, and why other words just make you feel like fuzzy sunshines all over, like fuzzy and sunshine. It's because there's energy of fuzzy and sunshine inside of the word. I mean, fuzzy, let's take the word fuzzy. Fuzzy. So fuzzy is the word, fuzzy, but fuzzy is also an energy. There's an energy. We all feel it. When you see your cat and your cat stretches and its long silky fur goes whoosh, and you go, oh, fuzzy. It's because you are feeling the fuzzy energy. Every word, I got fuzzy energy. Every word carries energy to it. So you have fuzzy energy. And when you meet somebody with a warm, bubbly personality, you go, oh, I love your energy. It's because you are sensing that energy that is warm and bubbly. And then when you get really horrible words that I don't like to use because they're disgusting, you go, ooh, that's disgusting. And it starts to kind of catch on. So words are vessels that carry energy over to other people. And this is how circuits are made. That's physics. Anyway, so I get into the wonderful world of business, investment, economics, and there's a lot of really amazing shit here, and I'm loving it. But then I start building up business, and I spent about 2 years studying the analytics behind business building. And I even went to a 6-week crash course on everything you need to know about sales from the top salesman in the Home Depot world. And I walked away with a disgusting, filthy slime down my back. And I went, what the fuck is that shit? Now I know what the fuck that shit is. It's called energy. And it's slimy energy, because energy comes in all. The word slimy is slimy energy. That's why we say, another one, mucus. Mucus is slimy mucus energy. We all know that one. Moist. Moist is another one. Moist has a moist energy to it. That's why some people are going, oh, it's because it's moist. So here's where I'm having we need to talk about this. My goal is to have an ethical business. And I would go to these classes and I would be taught all this shit. And I'd go, whoa. What you're talking about is fucking unethical. That's not how I do business. So I was trying to figure out the science of unethical business practices. And when I did that, what I found out was all the words and tools and techniques that they put together were literally composed of a lot of really bad intentions. Bad intentions create energy that carries bad intentions. When we say that person has bad energy, what we are really saying is that person has bad intentions crammed into that energy, and you are feeling the intentions. Now, bad intentions are you ready for it? Intentions without ethics. It is unethical intentions. That is what you are picking up on. That's why you go, ew, sales. It's because we have this word associated now with bad intentions, with malice. And we can feel the malice and the intentions inside of the word sales. Same thing with slave. You hear these words and you cringe and you feel disgust. Fun fact, the word disgust means does not align with your ethics. It means your ethics is screaming at you to say, that's not ethical. So when you feel disgusted, you are actually picking up on a violation of your ethics. And it's like, that's fucking disgusting. And it's because your ethics are screaming at you that something is unethical. So sales is a great example of this. Advertising, marketing. And I'm sitting here digging deeper into this world and I'm going, how the fuck am I going to use these tools for my business so my business can function? But these things are fucking dirty. I don't want those in my business. Well, I know the solution. I need to go back to the old drawing board, reinvent something that's actually ethical, and use that. Lead magnet is gone. Do you know why lead magnet and leads are disgusting? Because leads is literally designed to treat you like cattle. That's why. They're farming you. That's what you do with a herd. You lead them. So I don't use the word lead. I'm like, no, I don't want to lead them. That's fucking disgusting. That's manipulation. Now we're getting back into the unethics. What I want to do is send out a signal. I want to make aware of the people who are looking for me. What I want to do is send out a beacon. I want to communicate. That's what I want to do. I don't want to manipulate. I want to communicate a message. I want to send out a message. And the message I want to send out is that thing you've been looking for. If you're wanting to know where to find it, I've got it. That's what my message is going to be. Something like that. And it's not for any other purpose. And here's the difference. Lead is we're going to take all the people and then we're going to do triage and figure out which ones we can use the best. Fucking disgusting, right? No, I don't want that. No. It's this is what I got. And I sat down and I broke down real, like I did research on ads and I'm like, what's going on with advertising? What is this really? And I realized you have to be honest with your ad. You have to be fucking honest because I don't want to lure people. That's fucking dirty. Why am I wasting time to invent something ethical when I've already got something unethical? No, why reinvent the wheel? No, I'm inventing a new wheel, one that works ethically because that's fucking dirty and I don't want dirty business. So it has to be honest. It has to be straightforward. I want it to be I want to be a straight shooter. So straightforward. I want it to be cards on the table. I want to show all of my cards. Cards on the table. So it's honest, it's straightforward, and it's cards on the table. And I also had this other thing here. I also want it to be no bullshit. No bullshit. This is important. No bullshit. And I also want it to be something that is relatable. Now, relatable, because the relatable communicates it's for you versus it's not for you. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing how that fucking works? So with the no bullshit, it means there's no smoke and mirror. There's no deception because the deception now is where you get into all the bullshit lead magnet garbage. And that's where they hide shit because they're not fucking honest. And I'm just as pissed about that bullshit as you are. I'm right there with you. So honest, straightforward, cards on the table, no bullshit advertising. Now, the goal for me is to communicate this and to create it. I'm thinking. It's a beacon, and I'm sending out a message. A message. And my purpose is to let people know, and this is just it, let the right people, I want my people. So I need to let my people know that, hey, if you're a light worker and you've been looking for something, I think I have what you want. And that's it. So I got to find my people, but it's not just light workers. And that's the problem. Now, this is where, and this is the problem with all business, is when ethical people stand out there and they say, I want to do an ethical business. Boom, this asshole comes along and says, I got what you're selling. Now, you're trying to force me and manipulate me to sell into something. I'm not a sellout. No, I'm not a sellout. That's a sellout. I'm not, no, and that's the difference. You have a sellout. I don't want to sell out. No. Now I got to think about this. So, no, I got to create something new here. Honest, straightforward, cards on the table, no bullshit. And I just have a message. And here's what and this is it, is I've studied marketing. I know the psychological manipulation. And I'm going, I have way too much knowledge. Like, how do I do this? It's called subliminal messaging. It's fucking dirty. It's propaganda. So here's what it is. I know how many times you need to see something before you buy it impulsively. That's manipulation. I know that number. It's 30. That's how you train habits. You have to see it. You have to look at something X amount of time. That's manipulation. I don't want those people. Those people are brainwashed. I don't want brainwashed people. I want thinkers. I want people who are consciously aware of this shit. I want leaders. Ooh, those are my people. My people are ethical leaders. There you go. That's going to call you. I'm looking for ethical leaders. I'm looking for ethical leaders. Woohoo. I got my demographic. Ethical leaders, because I'm an ethical leader. All right. So what I do is I train ethical leaders. That's what I do. I literally train ethical leaders. I turn anybody who wants to be an ethical leader. So it's want to be. And that's the difference. This is the difference. This is the difference between garbage business and what I'm trying to build here. Is if you want it, it is called a conservation and preservation of your power of choice. That's what it is. I value your power of choice. That's what matters. Now, I know all of the steps to take to preserve your power of choice. These fucking assholes violate that. That's rape. That's energy rape. That's dirty. I don't like it. So we got to figure this out. We are looking at consensual desire. If you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. I love you, but I want you to do what's best for you. So I can't, I almost want like a black screen. No bullshit. This is a no bullshit ad. I'm probably going to do this. This is a no bullshit ad. I train ethical leaders. I am a capitalist. I'm not going to lie. I am a capitalist. I am an honest capitalist who trains ethical leaders. That's all I got so far. That's it. No bullshit. I got to think about this. Yep. I am a capitalist. That's important because, yeah, that tells you so much about me. I am an ethical capitalist. There you go. This might come to a surprise to you, but I am an ethical capitalist. No bullshit. This is an ad. I train ethical leaders. Here's the contact information if you want to know more. Like, there's nothing else. That's it. That's a no bullshit ad. Like, this is going to be a business transaction. And that's just straight up forward. Cards on the table. Dudes, this is going to be a business transaction. Bottom line, business transaction. Yeah. And that's the thing is, that's what they try and hide. They make it sound like it's generosity on their behalf. It's like, come on, you're a fucking capitalist. Don't lie. Like, be honest that you're a capitalist. So yeah, this is a business opportunity for those who want it. And then these guys are just herding cattle and sorting it through it. Let's see who's most easy to manipulate. And that's what they're doing. That's what their triage lead magnet bullshit's all about, is who can we manipulate the easiest? And then those dip fucks, because I've studied this shit. I had them try and teach me this shit, and I went, that's fucking dirty. And now I'm going to teach you so you know what they're doing to you, because it fucking pisses me off. And the more you know, the less they can abuse you. Here's the secret. So what they do is there is an order of operations. True story, an order of operations that they can use that will trigger a certain response in your brain. It's called catalyst and response. And if they follow the right order of operations, it triggers your mind to obey. There's one more alternative factor here. That's the first one. So it's an order of operations to set off a chain reaction to get you to comply. The other trick that they use is dirty. It's fear. It's called blast them with fear and then give them despair and then give them hope and savior. And that's literally a formula. It is a known formula. Fear, despair, hope, and savior. Masterful done, fucking dirty. This is called brainwashing and classical conditioning. I had it used on me when I was a kid. And to this day, this formula gives me an upset stomach. Like I vomit when I remember specifics, details about what they did to me. I had it done to me twice. And that is a formula that churches, religious people, and politicians use literally to get you emotionally equipped, and they tie it into the order of operations to get a chain reaction. So there's your order of operations chain reaction. That's dirty sales. And then set that over there. The really dirty people will use fear, despair, hope, and survivor, that formula, and they'll merge them together to control you. Fucking dirty. Fucking dirty. Oh my God, it's dirty. So that's over there. I don't like, no, that's what they taught me. And I'm like, I'm a psychologist. Well, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not licensed, but I know my fucking shit. And when they handed it to me, I'm looking at it going, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Because I know what the shit is. Are you fucking kidding me? So that's when I went, no, I just got to reinvent the wheel. So I train ethical leaders. I'm an ethical capitalist. This is a business opportunity. Bottom line. Bottom line. That's it. That's it. Yeah. But it's like, and this is just it, is either you want it or you don't. And if you want it, and this is the beautiful thing, is if you're an ethical leader in your heart, or if you aspire to be, or if you want to be, or if you already are, or if you're trying to be, but these fucking assholes are loud and abusive, and you're like, where the fuck is the ethical path? You know, and that's where I was. I was going, where the fuck is the ethical path? Just because just because I am an entrepreneur does not mean there has to be an unethical path. And it was pissing me the fuck off. It's like, where is the ethical path? Where is the ethical path? So that's what I was looking for. I wanted the ethical path. So that's it. That's it exactly. Is I wanted the ethical path. And so that's all I've been doing for these last few months, is literally like breaking down all of this shit, trying to figure out exactly where everything is. And I found it recently, and I found it like 2-3 days ago. So now I'm building a power economics course, which is economics for rich people or economics for ethical people. And it's literally this is the philosophy and this is the theory behind the shit that gets it done. So there is no, I use my intuition, you got to figure it out. No. I break it down and I show you the fucking formula and I give you the walkthrough and the stepping stones. It's awesome. So advertising. What is the purpose of advertising? Really, the purpose of advertising is to send out a message, to communicate, and to light a beacon to tell people, hey, dudes, this is where it's at. Like, this is where I'm calling you now. It's a calling. It's a calling. I am summoning you. It's a summons. It's a summons. That's what it is. I want to look up the word summons to make sure it's the right word. It's a summons. It's a summons. I love that word. It's a summons. What is a summons? Oh, it's a legal document. The law department already found it. What's a summons? It sounds so tired. You received a summons. Oh, okay, let's try something a little less noun and a little bit more verb. A little less noun. Oh, it's a subpoena. That really sounds intense. Oh, it's to appear in court. Wow, that sounds horrible. That's not what I want at all. This is why you look up words. Oh my God, I don't want this at all. To summon. How about if it's just to call? Oh, there you go. Oh, that explains it. I'm in the archaic definition. Yeah, I do that a lot. I'm in the ancient definition of hear ye, hear ye. That's where I'm at. I'm in the dark ages going. I'm a crier. I'm a town crier. Yeah, that's where my brain is. So yeah, I'm correct. I'm correct. I'm just 600 years late. Okay. It is a calling. It is a call people to attend. It is bring to the surface from within oneself. Now that's my word. Yes. To call to the purpose, to surface. We are surfacing. I could add, actually, I could like work this into the ad of this is a summons, but not in the legal sense. You are not being subpoenaed. This is the archaic sense, the traditional old English concept of a town crier going, we need to bring this up and out to the surface so we can talk about it. Yeah, that's what it is. To convene, to assemble, to gather, to muster up, to rally. Oh, I like, well, rally sounds like we have a mission. Rally sounds like we're up to something, and we're not. We're not. We're not up to anything at all. This podcast is not a conspiracy. Okay. So, call into action. Isn't that fascinating? Because there's a call to action in business, but here it's calling into action. Fascinating. Screw up. That's part of it. To summon up means to screw up. Isn't that interesting? Ooh, Latin. To warn. To secretly warn. All right, this word is just going, no, we're not going to use the word summons. It just went real south, real fast. We're not going to use the word summons. I should have known that with the word subpoena. Okay, now, it's a calling. It's a bringing forth. It's a, hey, we're all meeting at the water hole. I think that's all I got. I like the beacon. Like, hey, that thing you've been looking for, that's it. That thing you've been looking for, that thing, that mystical glowing orb within. That's what I call it. I call it the mystical glowing orb within. The mystical glowing orb within. I have not been doing a lot of live anything lately, and it's really like, it feels different. Feels different. Yes, it feels different. The mystical calling orb within. The mystical calling orb within. The mystical glowing orb within. You know that thing inside of you that you've been looking for? I found it. Yep, that's exactly it. I found it. I know what it's called. It's your soul. All right. So, yes, I found the soul. That's it. I found the soul. I have found the soul. I'm very, very excited about my life. My life is very, very good lately. It's going in a wonderful direction. I found the soul. It's a mystical glowing orb within. The word within must be here because that's just so funny to me. The mystical glowing orb within. It needs an acronym. The TMGAU. Magau. Or it could be Magau. Magau. It's the Magau. It's the Magau. The mystical glowing orb within. It's the soul. I found mine at the first ethical perspective of the They of I, and I went, oh my God, I found it. I was so happy. It's like, yes, I found my soul. That is exactly what it was too. I got to the first ethical perspective and I went, whoa, what is this? And I found my soul. That's what this was. It was a mission to find my soul, and I found it. Yes, I went on a journey and I found my soul. It lies beyond the 12. What are they called? Trials. It lies beyond the 12 trials of Hercules. Beyond the valley of shadow and death, there lies the soul. So yeah, that is the mystical glowing orb within. I could totally turn my podcast into a one-man Dungeons and Dragons game. Yeah, like this, if you want me to do that. You want me to turn my podcast into a one-man Dungeons and Dragons game like this video, and I'll do it if I get a lot of likes. I'm going to have to get a lot of likes, though, in order for me to be motivated to do it. Yes, the one-man Dungeons and Dragons episode. So I do Dungeons and Dragons a lot. I have 20 years theater. Like, I'm equipped. I'm a bard in real life. And I pulled all of this together. I sat down in my Dungeons and Dragons game, and I've done many games, many games. I DM. Of course I DM. And I'm bringing them all together. And there's one game that I was playing, and I was just like, the way I worded it was, if you don't have interactive players, I might as well just sit down and write a book, because the difference between Dungeons and Dragons and writing a book is in the writing of the book, it's just a one-man show. Whereas Dungeons and Dragons, I get to like, play with me, people. Be my players. Yeah, I totally got the town crier thing down. Yeah, I think I'm at that point where I'm definitely ready to step back into it. And I miss my podcast. I miss my podcast. Yes, I miss my podcast. Yeah, I do. The mystical glowing orb within. So that is the purpose of an ad. It is to communicate a message. It is just to communicate a message. And this is where it's interesting, because it really comes down to, are you doing it ethically? Are you doing it unethically? And anywhere there is purpose without ethics, it's fucking icky. It's just fucking icky. And like literally, and here's the formula, people. I do everything with a formula. Here's the formula. You have your purpose, or a purpose. It's just purpose. I want you to imagine this word in your brain. Purpose. Now you've got two choices. This is called a flow chart. You got purpose, and you got two choices. It can either be ethical or unethical. And if you go the unethical route, it gets icky. And then you can go the ethical route, and it's awesome. And this is what's going on in the world today is, do you know what's going on with the world today? This is what's going on with the world today. We're all starting to wake up, because we're all finding our glowing mystical orbs within. And when we do this, true story, when you do this, you walk away with this feeling of ethics, because that's exactly the journey of finding the mystical glowing orb within. And you walk away with this feeling of your ethics. I just realized something. Hence the ominous. I am the advertisement. Me. I just realized this. I am the advertisement. Because this is what you're getting when you get my work. This is what you're getting. All of me. Okay, so as you go on the journey of the mystical glowing orb within, whoever said healing had to be hard? Who it is. But whoever said it had to be so serious? I mean, really. And it's not to belittle your healing. Good fucking God, not. What it is I learned that laughter and fun and joy make something difficult so much easier. That's what I learned. That when you learn to laugh, when you learn to just really step into it, and you take a lighthearted, you're already doing something fucking hard. You are walking through the valley of shadow and death, as if the 12 trials of Hercules wasn't hard enough. I know. And the laughter in the theater, there were days I would reenact moments with my subconscious mind to just laugh at the absurdity of my subconscious mind. I had to. There was just no other way. Laughing truly is a wonderful coping, not a coping. It's like taking a hit of weed. It takes the edge off. It really does. We get so uptight and so serious about our healing. All right, I'm going to do this now. Yeah, you are. But it doesn't have to be serious, and it doesn't have to be with a stick up your butt. I had to stick up my butt. And when you realize a purpose, You have a choice of doing it ethically or unethically. And when you choose to do it unethically, it's icky because you're becoming aware. That's all it is. You're just becoming aware of it. And the more aware you become, what you are really becoming aware of is your ethics. Your ethics are your boundaries. Can you name them? Most people can't. Most people know nothing about ethics. Most people are not philosophers. Philosophy is the study of ethics. So you have to study philosophy or learn about ethics in order to understand what an ethic is. An ethic is a personal law. It's a personal boundary. So when people are going, I have no idea what my boundaries are. Well, you wouldn't. You need to know ethics in order to do that. But we were told a bunch of bullshit. We were told that ethics come from a god. No, they don't. Ethics come from you. They come from Mother Nature. They are predictable, precise, mathematical, organized, and absolutely have an order of operations. The first ethic is courage. Courage. Everyone has to learn courage before they learn anything else, because if you don't learn the ethic of courage, you don't leave the house. You don't leave your mother's side. You become a shut-in. The very first trial of Hercules is courage. The very first trial. And these trials, these ethics, are literally the uncovering and the discovery of the ethics. And they are precise and they are predictable. And if you learn them, you have them. The third ethic is trust. Trust. If you have trust issues, it's because you never learned the ethic of trust. Everyone learns it, or they don't. It is black and white. Actually, it's all on a spectrum. The second ethic is vulnerability. But it's not just one ethic. It's about one or two, sometimes it's 3 and 4 ethics per room, per stage that you're in. And there are 12 stages. And you have to go through the stages 4 times. I have been through the stages 3 times. I'm in the 3rd stage. I am in the 3rd group. I am in the 3rd ethic of the 3rd group. I have done this 3 times. It's predictable. Very, very predictable. And when you know the pattern and you know the formula, you can immediately just start checking it off and going, oh, I got this. All right, yeah. And it's the same. There's two formulas. There's the emotional formula, and then there's the perspective formula. There's like a formula per perspective. And I've got those formulas. I'll give them to you. They're on my website. And once you know them, you can literally hammer through them. So the 12 ethics, the first time you go through them, really are the 12 trials of Hercules. They're fucking hell. And that is the first time you go through it, the goal is to learn self-love. The second time you go through it, the agenda is to learn community love. And also it is to learn how to defend the self. And the first time you go through it, you learn how to discover the self. The second time you go through it, you learn how to defend the self. The third time you go through it, you learn how to control the power of the self. Oh yeah, self-power. That's where I'm at. Self-power. And then I have no idea what the 4th time is. I have no idea. I can hypothesize it based off of the mathematical formula because it's all math. So I would say that the 4th one is self-control. You discover your power in the 3rd. appreciation, self-regulation. These are the ethics of the third. And trust. Appreciation, self-regulation, and trust. And then when you get to the fourth, you learn self-control through personal law, personal order, personal boundary. And then in the fifth, you learn choice. So power is internal power. And that's really what you learn in the third ethic is internal power. But in the fifth ethic, you learn external power. But don't worry, you do not get to use external power until you learn how to value and preserve the power of others at the same time, which is where I'm at, is absolutely valuing and preserving the power of others, which is why I cannot do unethical math. That's interesting. I wonder if there's such a thing. Unethical ads. Unethical math. Does such a thing exist? Yes. Unethical logic. Yes, it is, actually. Unethical logic is what lawyers use. Unethical logic. Logic is a really significant power, and it's what narcissists use. Narcissists know this shit, by the way. It's you who doesn't, which is where it's really important you learn this shit. Because the more you know about this shit, the less they can abuse you. So the power of advertisement is sending out message in a clear, concise way for a purpose. What is your purpose? Well, that's a really blunt way of putting it. What is your purpose? If I were to put out an ad, what would the purpose be? Mother Nature told me it's time to call you. There's my honest truth. Mother Nature told me it's time to call you. That's all I got. I don't know what it means. It's just time to call you. You'll know if it's you. But Mother Nature told me it's time to call you. It's time for dinner. That's what she's got in my head all day today. It's time for dinner. And I'm going, thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Yep. Mother Nature said it's time. So I'm trying to figure out the ethical science behind advertisement, because this is not going to be like any advertisement that's like, I'm trying to sell you shit. I'm a capitalist. This is a business opportunity. There will be money exchanged. But also, Mother Nature said, it's time I call you. But I'm not going to try and sell you a goddamn thing. I don't do that shit. I'm not chasing a goddamn thing. If you want me, you know where to find me. Mother Nature said, it's time to call. Yeah. That's where I've been for the last few months, is putting this shit together, and it's done. I'm just tweaking it now. So I'm going to be back to my podcasts very soon. I'm going to like ease my way back into them. I really miss doing my podcasts. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.